What's up everyone, we are the Vintage Vault and we'll be doing another weekly recap, and this week we sold over
170 items.
Yes, double the items we did last week. So we're going to go over what we did. How much did we make?
A bit more than 1800.
Yeah, which comes to €10.35 per piece, which is alright, I guess. We're still selling a lot of stuff. How's that been going? We're getting rid of a lot of stuff already?
Yeah, we're just cleaning everything. Everything has to go, so we're still lowering prices. So we see that items we list for very low price go really quickly.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that with, for instance, track pants or some t-shirts. Doesn't really matter what brand it is, but things are going way faster than last week.
Yes, not fast enough. We're trying to do, we're hoping to do 500 items eventually to actually get rid of the stuff we have. It's not going quick enough. We had 2,000 items at the start of last week, and we're also listing, of course, so now we have 1,950, which is only 50 less, but at least we're getting rid of some of it. It's slow and steady, but we're getting there. To answer the prediction of last week, which was, do you remember?
T-shirts,
Yeah,
track pants,
polos, button shirts, which is what we thought would happen, and we said it would be a high selling week to start off with, like Monday to Thursday, because people were getting their paychecks, and then it would slow down a little. I guess that was correct.
Yeah. Also because of the weather, I guess.
Yeah.
Because in the weekend the weather was really warm. It still was very warm.
Yeah.
So less activity on the platform.
Yeah. However, the weekend wasn't bad. We did 45 orders on the Saturday and Sunday, which is quite alright. It's good. Especially since Vinted was down for 5 hours yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did sell a lot of items. What were our top sellers this week?
We had track pants,
Yeah.
t-shirts, and track jackets.
Yeah.
T-shirts is what we already expected because it's summer, it's warm, so people are wearing t-shirts. And track pants, track jackets were not really what we expected.
No.
But we listed a lot of them, so you see.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true, but
list a lot of something, then
The track pants did go out
Sounds
really
more.
quickly.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
maybe we listed them for
Too cheap.
too
Yeah,
cheap.
probably. It is what it is. We're just happy to get rid of it. That is what we were doing last week. Just list it very low, get rid of it, and move on.
Yeah.
Because we expected the button shirts to do pretty well because of the weather. Didn't do well at all, which is also because we didn't list or relist any button shirts, if I remember correctly. So it's not that weird, but we sold like 4, which is really low.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of that. Stuff that didn't sell, which I thought would sell really well. Polos. Maybe like 5, 6, 7 polos. A lot of t-shirts, no polos. Which may be a fault on our part. But
Wrong expectations.
yeah, maybe we don't have a lot of stock in polos anymore. But maybe it's something else completely. We'll see, I guess. We're going to go through the list of everything we sold. We'll do it a little bit differently than last week. So it will be a little smoother. Video might be a little shorter, which is good for you and me, I guess.
We can go a bit quicker.
Yeah. Want to get started?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. First of all, first order this week. Ralph Lauren button shirt. Pretty low price, I guess, but this one had some stains.
So
Yeah.
with stains, this is around the price range you'll get for it, like 16 to 25 euros.
Something like that. It's a pretty good color. Of course, white gets stained quite easily. It is what it is. But it was the first one. Alright, start. Here you're going to see some track bands.
North Face jacket, not what we expected at all to sell.
For the price, it's of course really low. The Nolly jackets can go for like 30 to 40 euros. This one is really stained. We've had this one for months. Finally got rid of it, so I guess it is what it is. One polo here. Some weird pants. Track jackets, hoodies, sleeveless track jackets, some weird items, and this is where it starts, I guess. The t-shirts, we have so many listed for such a low price that you're going to see this. It's all cheap, probably dirty t-shirts. Just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. So 31 euros for 8 pieces.
Yeah, I mean it's not even 4 euros a piece. That's why the average is quite low. Just stuff to get rid of. I mean, we got this at like €1.50 a piece, so we're still making profit. 12 to 30 euros is like 2.5 your return on investment, which is fine. I mean, it's not worth your time.
No,
but
it's not. But we have to sell it.
Yeah.
Another polo.
North Face jackets. It's just because we lowered the prices.
Yeah. And then people even went underneath that as well.
Yeah.
Here, rugby shirts.
Yeah, I believe there's another rugby shirt under there.
Yeah.
More t-shirts just flying out because of the weather. Most of them already got delivered, so people wanted them before it got really hot.
Yeah.
More track pants. Polos. Oh, quite some polos at the start of the week. Maybe it dropped off later.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened.
Here's another one of those bundles.
What's in here? I also believe
shouldn't have done that, but okay.
Okay.
Some polos, quite a few polos actually, 5 polos. Okay, I guess another small bundle. I mean, you barely get anything per piece there, but still like 3 times our money.
Yeah.
I'll cut this one out.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, dude, fucking hell.
Rechtermuisklik, ja.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're back. Track bands, t-shirts, track bands. As you can see, these prices are quite low. We had everything below 9 euros. Listed at 9, people bid 7, 7.50. Just accept it. Move on. Get it gone. These t-shirts we've had for a longer while, but this was part of the track bands category. Some pretty nice ones.
Yeah. This one's funny. The retro Nike Challenge Court dark gray denim shorts women's size L. We saw this one on eBay, and it sold for $60. So we listed it for 50 euros in the beginning, but people on Vinted didn't seem to have the knowledge about the labels inside.
Yeah.
So now it's sold for $18.50.
And of course it's quite logical because it's just a pair of short denim jeans for women. I mean, there's nothing special about this one except it has a Nike on it. So from a simple point of view, it makes sense. I didn't understand why it was sold for $60 anyway. But
it looks like a regular short jeans.
Yeah, but we are not the people that determine the valuation. So whatever eBay says, we'll just try and go off that. Maybe you'll get it as well. Yeah. We didn't. But I guess €18.50. It's fine. Got these for like €5.
Yeah.
Nothing to complain there. We're getting some more track jackets, track pants, bundle with t-shirts again. Dirty t-shirts, just getting rid. Put it on there. I mean, if we don't, we'll throw it away. That's another €11 we would have missed.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Some hoodies. We have a lot of those in stock. You're going to see sweaters and hoodies. Not popular at all. We may have sold like 15 this week, which is fine. But compared to the 600 we have listed, it's not that good, of course.
But it's season bound. This one's a funny one. Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
We got a decent price for this, I guess. €40. Could have sold for more.
Yeah.
Another comparison to eBay, this was on there for, I think, 70, 80 euros.
Yeah, it's a special edition shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can wait on eBay till someone pays it. Sometimes they might, sometimes they won't. You're not going to get that price on Vinted. But if you sell this for $70 on eBay, and we're not even talking about shipping, you'll probably receive 50. So selling this for 40 isn't even that bad because we have no costs whatsoever on Vinted. So it's not too bad of a deal, I guess. It's worth sometimes selling your items for less on Vinted because you don't have any fees, which is something to take into account. But this is a pretty nice sale. This was again €2, so it's 20 times your money.
Very good flip.
Yeah, definitely. I believe this is another couple of track jackets, track pants, more and more, some rugby jerseys. As I said last week, these always sell to friends. Let's see if I was correct again. Dutch. Okay. Some people love it, some people don't. More polos. This one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is we did a project, a small little test, just to see if we devalued 100 items by 50%, just to see how much we would sell.
Yeah.
How much would sell the first day, the next day, so on. This was something we had online for 50. Could have gotten 50 for the right buyer. Changed this one by 50% to 25. We didn't pick the items as well. It was just the last 100 items we had listed.
Yeah.
And it sold within maybe 2 hours for €25. I mean, it's a good flip. I got it for €5, but the end of the test said we only sold 25 items in a week out of the 100, which is simply not good enough.
No.
The traffic is just too low. If you do the same in December, you will probably sell 80% in a week.
Yeah, maybe even more. Summer slowdown really is a thing that we may have underestimated.
Yeah, definitely. It's a part of the process. It's things you have to take into account. It's something we haven't taken into account enough. We didn't buy most of the right products. I mean, we bought like 500 kilos of summer mix, and we're selling a lot of that, and we're selling it for good prices. But we also bought hundreds, if not thousands, of kilos of hoodies, sweaters, track pants for the wholesale model, and we have completely messed up on that part.
Yeah, that was a mistake, but
Yeah.
we learn from mistakes. So,
Definitely. Too much slow moving stuff. It is what it is. We won't do it next year,
Yeah.
so to say.
Yeah, some sport jerseys here,
Yeah.
light jacket,
Track pants,
track pants,
t-shirts.
polo
Yeah,
shirts.
that's a return.
Yeah, this was a size L, but it says a size S.
No, it was the other way around.
Oh,
It was a size S, and in the description, not the title, it said an L, so someone bought it thinking it was an L. It wasn't.
yeah, mistake from our side.
Yeah, they could have
Partially,
asked.
partially.
Yeah, it is.
Not
Track
Ralph
jackets,
Lauren.
t-shirts, as you can, yeah.
Yeah, this is another one. It had stains. The imprint was faded.
Yeah.
It still sold for €5. As we said last week, everything Ralph Lauren sells.
Yeah, we have more dirty Ralph Lauren shirts, and I have lowered the prices by 30%. We'll just see. We're going to relist it somewhere this week. See if it sells immediately. I think all the remaining ones will sell at this price. So we'll check that back on that next week.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all like €2-3 now, so they will probably go.
yeah. Here another sweater,
Yeah, track pants.
track pants.
Button shirts, which is one of the few that sold this week.
This one, it says a size L, but I believe that we will fit both in this one.
Humongous pair of shorts.
We listed it for €1, the lowest possible.
And it sold immediately,
Yeah.
which fine by me.
These we Sergio Tacchini. We didn't know about this brand, but it's a really good brand. It sells really fast. Here are these track jackets.
Especially on Vinted.
They go for 15 to 20 euros easily.
Easily, track pants will sell for anywhere between 12 to 17.
Yeah.
Polos might sell. You'll find a lot of nice vintage items for that brand, and you can get them for like 4 or 5 euros.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for an easy way to fill up and sell these quickly as well, and we're not talking about weeks. It's days usually. With
sometimes hours even.
Yeah, I mean you can probably list them for more, but quick money is the best money, I guess.
Yeah.
Just get them gone. This was also the period this week where we were listing a lot of pants, track pants, denim jeans. We saw listed a lot of denim jeans, didn't sell a lot of denim jeans.
No.
Of course, it's not really the season, and we have some really weird sizes, but those are things they will sell over time.
Yeah.
Got them for 2 euros, denim jeans, so I'm not too bothered.
You see a lot of track pants, track jackets.
Yeah.
This one, 15 euros, sold within 3 hours. Went pretty fast.
Yeah. More track jackets, some sweaters here and there, as I said, which should go out a lot quicker next week, hopefully.
I want to say something about these two. Just a small tip. If you put vintage in the title, you can up the price by 5 euros sometimes.
Yeah.
Because people see it, they think, oh, vintage. It's maybe not necessarily vintage, it has the vintage look.
Yeah, it has the details, the colorful sides, sometimes a pattern on the arm. Just put vintage in there. People will search for the term vintage track jacket. They will find this before they find anything else.
Yeah. So,
but that's for more. It's for track pant. But it does have to look vintage. Then.
Yeah. This one as well, Camel Collection. Everything from Camel Collection sells pretty quickly.
Really quickly, yeah. Always a matter of days. And at good prices. We get these for like 3 euros. They go for. I usually list them for 18 to 20 and they sell, so I'll just keep doing that. I can list them for higher and then I'll have to sit on it. List it for 18, get it gone.
Yeah.
Which is fine. More track jackets, hoodies. This one we found in a football mix bundle. It had no business being there. The tag was broken, I believe. Except the first bit we got, which is fine. I mean,
vintage rework sweater. We have had this for 4 months, maybe even longer.
4 months, I think.
And it finally sold.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
We have only a couple rework sweaters left. Next time we order those, they will be going out quicker. We're following a new system to make sure everything we get, apart from really high value items, and we're talking about 100 euros plus, all other items will follow a pattern, so they will always be gone within 3 months. And if they're not gone within 3 months, they will all be listed below 5 euros. And we're talking about t-shirts, we're talking about 1 euro. Just to get it gone, create space, and move on, because we have so much stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get everything gone a little quicker, reinvest the money, which is always important, of course.
This is a bundle of 7 pieces. This was a weird one. A button shirt, a polo, a sweater, shorts, light jacket, t-shirt,
and jeans.
Jeans.
Everything we have online.
Whole new outfit.
Yeah. Immediately sold for asking. I'm never complaining.
Yeah.
It's nice to get stuff like that gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Make some space. More t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts, polo, light jacket.
2 sweaters on this one and a nice Ralph Lauren sweater.
You want to show that or?
Yeah, we could. It was pretty.
Yeah, this was a nice one. Has also been sitting for quite some time.
Yeah.
But this is a nice, again, vintage in in the title.
Yeah, there's nothing vintage about this. I think this sweater is not older than 4 or 5 years. But anyway, just put vintage in there. It looks kind of cool. It's a good size. It had some grease stains. Let me point with this one. Pointing with my finger doesn't make any sense. Grease stains, which can put a lot of people off, especially if it's the front.
Yeah.
If it's in the back, we're €5 more. But it's a pretty nice sweater. Was tempted to keep this myself. Eventually, I mean, this sold for then I believe 32, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
The other sweater wasn't worth as much. So yeah, that's a pretty nice one. Then we got more shirts. The denim jeans I talked about, this is a return. It is a good example of a return, of a mistake we made. We didn't put any mistake in the description. And if you're looking at this picture, those little spots could be light. It could just be the lighting. Someone bought it for €30. But of course, this isn't just the lighting.
No, it's faded.
It's a little faded, and we didn't put it anywhere. It's our mistake when listing. Sometimes we go a little fast because we do 50 to 100 items a day. So it got returned. We pay for those costs, of course. I mean, we said no defects, and it obviously does. So it's completely fair. Just pay for the return.
Yeah.
You won't get any bad reviews. If you don't pay for the return, you won't either, because they can't leave a review. But the only cap we sold this week, we're going to sell a lot of more caps the coming week, because I have lowered everything by 30 or 40%, because we have way too many.
Yeah, a whole closet full.
Yeah, everything needs to be gone. Fresh start, get rid of everything. Button shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the red ones are from this past weekend, which is where we've come now.
Yeah.
So this is everything we packed this morning. These are the jeans we talked about. We listed them again. Only sold 4 this week, and I've listed I'm probably like 40.
Yeah. Also weird sizes.
Yeah, 26. Who has this size, honestly? Sweaters, shirts, sweaters, a lot of sweaters this weekend.
Yeah.
Button shirts, more button shirts. Everything that didn't sell the entire week sold this weekend.
Yeah.
Denim jeans, sweaters, and then we're getting to track jackets, polos, track jackets, sweaters. Just a whole variation of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe this was all still Friday, maybe.
Yeah, that could definitely be.
Hoodies, and this was Saturday.
Yeah.
Some cool items. We found some of the referee shirts there. They look pretty cool. The only thing is, who would buy it?
Who wants to be a referee?
Yeah, you're not wearing it out in public.
No.
You may wear it when you're being a referee.
Yeah.
But again,
where did it go to? Did it go to Italy?
let's check. I think this is a very Dutch thing to buy. France.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, if that's your thing, then go ahead. I would be interested to know what this person would use this for.
Yeah.
But they look pretty cool. They always have a nice design.
Yeah.
The quality is top.
Yeah. Quality is perfect.
More track jackets, rugby shirts again, rework sweaters. Made a loss, but we just need to get rid of this. It's been here for 4 months. We buy these at 10. I mean, anything we get for it now, it's fine. Just move it on. Then we're moving on to the banger of this week.
For sure.
This is something we found, and we were surprised about the value, but happy we found it, of course. We got this one for €1.80 in a bulk deal.
Yeah.
And
Pretty good deal, I would say.
yeah, it turned out to be a special edition or something. I don't know, man. It's not vintage at all. I mean, these tags are from the past 3 to 4 years probably.
Mm-hmm.
But the quality was really good.
Yeah.
No stains, no weird stuff.
Yeah, it looks nice. Looks
It looked pretty cool.
almost.
We listed this at like 120
Yeah.
to start. Eventually got it down to 99, and it sold for 10% less, which is completely
Perfect.
fine by me. If you send an offer of 60, I would have accepted it as well.
For sure.
But yeah, it looks really good. We just hope we don't get it back because it's the wrong size. But this was a really good flip. I mean, if we're talking €2 to €90, that's 45 times.
Yes, that's the banger of the week, as you said.
Yeah,
Very good item. Looks pretty unique. So
yeah, that was a really
glad
nice one.
that we got it out for
Yeah.
this price.
Yeah, I mean, these are the items you will hold on to for a longer period, and you'll continue lowering and lowering and lowering, and eventually you'll sell it for a price you are not satisfied with. But you just want to get it out there, get your money back, and move on. I mean, if it sold for 30, it's still 15 times your money. But knowing it could have sold for 90, that's the difference. I mean, and we're happy that this went for this price, especially.
I just want to mention, people might be wondering, how do you get this title? So this one, I believe, when we get items that look special, we look them up through Google Lens, and then 9 out of 10 times you get the exact item on eBay, and then you can check. And then we saw that this was called Alpine Ski Rugby Shirt. So we put rare in front of it as well, because it was the only one that we came across.
Yeah.
And so we kind of look at others, how they
Yeah.
how they call it.
For these items, pro sellers on eBay know exactly what they're doing, and they always know the right keywords. So if you're ever wondering what to call an item, and I'm not talking about a black Adidas sweater. You don't need to look that up. That's just a black Adidas sweater. But for these items, for special football shirts, copy the listing on eBay.
Yeah.
Completely. It doesn't matter. Those guys are really good at putting in the right keywords. Just copy it, use it there, depending on sizes, of course, change it a little. You will find the best possible title on there.
Yeah.
And if you can't find it, look up a similar item and make it your own.
Yeah. So Google Lens is the answer. Here.
More
T-shirts,
shirts.
T-shirts.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look at
This was one I lowered by like €30 because we had it up way too high.
Yeah.
Probably. It might have sold. We put 90s in there. This is not 90s. I think we just did it to make it look more vintage. I believe
Is
this.
it not?
No, it's not. This is maybe begin 2010.
Okay.
End 2000s, begin 2010. Sometimes we put it there just to make it look more valuable. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You see it as a bit of a stained color, so I think €30 is a pretty fair price.
Yeah, definitely. Another return. This shit happens sometime. I mean, our return percentage is not even 1%, so we have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Usually it is the more expensive items though.
Yeah, for sure.
People are more hesitant to keep it if it isn't perfect, which is understandable. But I mean, these t-shirts that you're seeing right here, people are not returning that. I mean, especially if it's the wrong size, they pay for shipping. Why would you return it? It costs as much as the t-shirt does.
Yeah, that's just a waste of money. This one, also a football shirt we've had for a long time. The back looks perfect, but the front, as you can see here,
It's terrible.
imprint is faded. So
And it's a really nice shirt, completely original.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool.
it's a pretty cool shirt. But if the imprint's like this, then €14
Yeah.
is max.
If it was our size, we might have just removed the imprint and kept it ourselves. None of us have a size S. But I mean, yeah, this is a really cool one.
Yeah, definitely a cool shirt.
What's the tag? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we've had this for a long while. But it's a really cool shirt, definitely. More track pants, more shirts.
T-shirts.
We're coming to the end here.
T-shirts.
A bundle with multiple items, some sweaters,
Yeah.
track pants, and shirts. And as you see, this is how the entire weekend went. This is from today, so this doesn't count. This is where it ends. As we said, loads of track pants. I believe these sell all year round. And I mean, if you're looking at the prices, this is nothing special. This is really low, and everything on here we listed this week, all these track pants. You can get these for €4, and you'll sell them the same week, 80% of them for 8. If you wait a little longer, you could sell them for 12, and special ones for 20.
Yeah, we've seen that in like February, March. We
Yeah.
sold most track pants for 17 to 25.
Yeah, definitely. We're just trying to get rid of it now. If you're patient and you know how to take the pictures and put in the titles, track pants are a safe bet all year round, which is something you'll find on the Patreon as well, where we discuss the track pants in detail and what prices and categories to look out for.
Yeah.
Always a good bet. Sizes are never difficult, like jeans. If it's an L and you have an L, you will probably fit it. People know this, so they'll be less hesitant to buy. And this is not the stuff you have to fit in a store.
No.
No, most definitely not. So I guess that's the recap for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, warm weather still. Coming week.
Yeah.
What are your expectations?
It's Monday today, of course. The entire of Europe will be having a heat wave, as we call it. 31 degrees today, 34 tomorrow. There won't be a lot of activity these days. I mean, we ourselves will sell like, maybe get 10 orders today, maybe 10 tomorrow. 34 degrees is a little weird. There will be a lot of people inside because it's too hot. But I mean, who can tell? I mean, maybe tomorrow will be the busiest day we've had all year. I don't think so. But the rest of the week, especially from Friday onwards, we're gonna see rain. The temperatures are gonna drop. You might see an increase in sales. But I believe the entire week in general will be a little slow. There's no pay week, I believe.
Yeah, maybe
No
Friday. Friday in the southern countries
in
of Europe.
France, Belgium, maybe Friday. But don't quote me on that. It is. We'll see what happens. I guess the weekend should be busier than past weekends. And next week, I think we'll see an increase, but we're not talking about next week yet. We'll talk about next week. Next week. Exactly. So don't get your hopes up. This won't be a great weekend. And if it does turn out to be a great weekend, then you can tell me I'm wrong, and we will both be happy that I was wrong.
Yeah,
So,
for
yeah.
sure. Anything else to add?
I think that's it. I mean, a good weekend. This won't be the week, but we are going to look at selling 500 items somewhere the coming weeks in 1 week.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what we're aiming for.
Hopefully. That's right.
Yeah.
Also fun for Dutch viewers. Vinted has now connected to Germany and Ireland. So those are 2 more markets that we are connected to. Means more customers, more chances to sell your items. So,
Definitely. They're doing this
that's
pretty
pretty
quickly
fun.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all within 6 months. I mean, who knows how many more countries we'll have in a year. If they got Ireland, it's a matter of customs before we get England.
I don't think so.
Yeah, of customs, how they deal with that. They might find a way to do it cheaply, but that's something, it can be predicted. It could be a year, it could be 10, I don't know. But
Maybe that's a nice discussion for the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about East Europe, they already have Vinted. I believe we could be seeing that somewhere this winter, maybe already. Romania,
Yeah.
Poland, those
Could
countries, Austria. But well, that will be a different discussion,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, I guess that's it. enjoy your week, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you guys later this week with a podcast about the summer slowdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
See you there. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.